So why don't we go ahead and say hi to YouTube? Hold on. Let me take a drink. Let me take a little spicy drink. Hola, buenas tardes YouTube, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos al canal. Ahora sí vamos a comenzar con Chainsaw Man, episodio número 6. Gracias a eso vamos a... If you guys aren't staying hydrated... No, I'm just kidding, guys. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are practicing some self-care. I can tell you immediately some of you guys are probably going to be like... But hi, hey, in case you guys don't know, we do tend to stop and analyze anime along the way. We're doing this long-form content. And no, I hate to throw this out there, but I'm not going to watch the entire episode without stopping and commenting because that's technically against fair use. So that's why we stop, we talk about it, we analyze it. If you want to watch the anime on your own, go watch it on your own. This whole thing's about literally talking about it, discovering new ideas, seeing different perspectives, trying to understand the characters for who they are, where they're going, what may come because of their actions, and so on and so forth. Like, I think that's super important to throw that out there, guys. We do have chat here. I do have my OBS. I'll be looking over to the left because it can die at any moment, and chat has discovered it firsthand where all of a sudden it just dies. So I will be looking up and down, but trust me, in psychology, if something's important, it'll pop up again, and that's the way that we're taking all of these episodes, and that's the way that we're able to go ahead and do all of that. Just make an emoji face, then fair use. I know, Brady. Either that or let me read comments for 2 hours, then it's fair use, as long as I put the whole episode in there. But anyway, with that being said, todos venimos a aprender. Hola, Ed. Hola, David, ¿cómo estás? Ojalá que estés bien. Oh, all right, guys. Why don't we go to just jump into it, yeah? What do you guys think? I'm excited. For those of you guys that have been following along, I've been thinking about this series as well as like Neon Neko Sugar Girls, Nisa Monogatari, and some of the other series that we're watching. I've been thinking specifically about the dynamics of the situation that people are in and where they're going. And that's something I think, like, I kind of want to bring up as we go through it. But anyway, let's just jump into it, shall we? Let me know if you guys can hear that, by the way, chat. All right, that's all I needed to see for tonight. Guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. If you guys liked it, you know, make sure that you guys hit that like button and subscribe. I'll start off by saying this. Guys, okay. Say that we are in an environment or apparently confusion happens. And by the way, this does happen. There was a time, and I hate to throw this out there because and I'm sure Brady can attest to this as well, where we literally entered like a weird, like, cyclical docs thing where all of a sudden we for some like I don't know, like a parallel dimension vortex type thing. I don't know how else to put it other than we were walking. We knew our city pretty well. We were walking from one side to the other, and somehow, like, you know, back to the center. Somehow we ended up close to the other side of another town in the span that it would have, like, realistically taken. Yeah, time warp. It would have taken, like, you know, the time to come back. Yeah, it's like a back room basically. But here's the thing. Through our entire time together as we were walking, what is the one thing, yeah, almost in another city, one thing we didn't do? We didn't lose our shit, right? We were calm, we were collected, we were confused, but we were calm and collected. Something I'm noticing immediately is just like the nature of this girl, and I feel as though this might lead to a psyche break, right? A psychological break, a breakdown, something happening just based off of like the immediacy of this, right? Because everyone else is, yeah, they're concerned. You can even tell that the dude is like over here with a little bit of a sweat, but it's not just like an immediate like, it's not none of that, you know. It's like a, hey, okay, yeah, you got to keep your cool in situations where you're like not known. But then brings up my other question, right? Is it normal for people to go into this if they don't know about like fight or flight, freeze or fawn, or being able to go ahead and like keep a cool head or something like that? No, and I'm not even picking on her, Anne. Like, I'm thinking about this right now. I'm like, you know, when a person's like this, it's usually like some of the like rough situations to be in, right? So would a normal person, like, especially in a state of confusion, would they start like freaking out? Yeah, probably. Realistically, yeah. A lot of people would be like, no, but in a situation like this, just off of 22 seconds in, if you can eliminate state of confusion and go into a state of fear, I'm sort of wondering if there's a fight or flight instant already in her, what their parental dynamics are, what like home life is like, how they grew up. Was there anything that like caused her immediately to go from being in a calm state or in a thinking state to going into like a, oh fuck, like, you know, like instant mode, you know? There has to be something there that like, or some form of trauma or some type of thing that like takes off that switch, or maybe I wasn't even taught as to like how to respond to a situation like that, you know? I don't know her, but I want to protect her. Raccoon, I don't know. I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still really, really early, but I'm just talking about like the standards of fight or flight, and especially when it comes to the polyvagal theory, which essentially enables that there's 3 different states, right? You know, there's parasympathetic, sympathetic, and the dorsal, right? Dorsal is where you're not numb, where you seem nothing. Parasympathetic, it's Hulk mode, bro. It's Hulk. It's all of a sudden, you know, you're like your instincts are, you're in fight or flight, you're about to go off, you know, and there's nothing that can stop you. While there's other, like, you know, the last areas where you're able to go ahead and like literally keep your calm, think rationally, because those other needs are met. For example, right, this is all relating to the vagus nerve, the vagus theory, like, you know, Vegas, this is essentially a vagus theory where like if people come in with like a happy vibe, you know, really, really positive, and all of a sudden you start smiling or you start feeding off of that, that's also because we tend to attune to our surroundings in some way, shape, or form, right? Or we tend to attune to, like, if it's really hot, our body starts slouching, if we're sad, so on and so forth. So when I'm thinking about this, I'm like, if she's already getting to this, who else will go into this? Right? Because, like, let's say like her reaction starts spiraling up, right? Let's say that she really starts to freak out while everyone else is already kind of on the edge. How many of you think that it's going to go ahead and trigger another person? I'll raise my hand almost immediately. Because if she's already in a heightened state, like past like normalcy, past questioning, past confusion, to like immediately like, you know, like, and like starts freaking out, guess what? Other people in the group, if we're in a group together and like, let's say Brady starts crying and breaking down and we're not gonna fucking make it, you know, one of you guys, your anxiety is gonna start spiking up to that level. So that's sort of where I'm like, oh, we're 22 seconds in and they're already telling me a story about this person, but I cannot blame them just yet. Anyway. She's cute, but she's off. Oh no. Oh, this fucking camera work, bro. I would think I was like in Silent Hill or some shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I love to watch your character suffer for some reason. Like if I were to come in and like let's say I opened up the thing and like I'd be like, fuck, am I in Silent Hill? Like like what's happening? Like, but also one thing that like draws my mind into this is like, so they killed a demon in the last episode, and then boom, they're here. Did they really kill the demon? Or is the place that they're at the demon itself? Centered around her from the POV, right? Because, like, the more I think about this, the more I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's some shit going. Why do you say that, Ed? Because this feels very backroomish, you know? Also, I like that the guy is staying calm and collected. I know the. Yeah, dude. Do you want good Ed or do you want evil Ed? Do you want good Ed or do you want evil Ed? I'm giving you guys this option right now. In case you guys don't know, evil Ed is essentially me using the psychological principles, but through a really fucked up perspective. Always evil Ed. Oh, I'm giving it. Okay. If I am a leader of this group, I have Masha Tank, Sagusu, Mashiro Sama, and Masters Dollar Store, Brady, so on and so forth, right? And we're trapped in this environment, right? And we don't like in this specific environment. And let's say for some reason, Bonfire just starts freaking the fuck out. So on and so forth. I'm sorry, Bonfire. I love you. But I know for a fact that fear, especially uncontrolled fear, and if you're not going to be able to go ahead and control yourself in some way, shape, or form, can lead to some rash decision makings and can put us all in danger. So I'm knocking you out. I hate to throw this out there, but I am knocking you out, and I am probably restraining you until we're done with this. I can't have you quite literally leading the rest of the group that we're in into danger because of your rash decisions, because you might think of an easier way out instead of trying to help the group out, right? Because at that point you become a liability, I will feast on your entrails. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, right? Because the more that you're in an environment like this, and especially if they don't have good coping skills, if they don't have decent grounding techniques or ability to go ahead and restrain their fear, if they're say that we're in here, we don't know how, say that we can't get out, say that we're in here for days, weeks, and supplies are running low, so on and so forth. I'm sorry, dude, but I have to knock you out. It don't matter, you get to eat and then because bonk. Because my thing is, until you're able to go ahead and at least try and go ahead and regulate, otherwise what I fear is we might be taking turns, we might be trying to go ahead and find a solution or something, and you might just go a little wild. You might just get a pillow and wait for us to go to bed, and then just it's for the better good, that way we can all escape. Because sometimes, as I said, in frightened states and high emotional states, you take rash actions, and those rash actions have consequences, and then it can instill fear in others and can make others make rash decisions that they're not ready for. But anyway, we stuck on the 8th floor together. When coping skills become an actual skill to use, and this would be one of them, for example, if you guys need a coping skill, almost immediately, if you guys are like, hey, I have really bad panic attacks or anxiety attacks, this is one thing that I'll go ahead and throw out there that might help you guys out. 5 things that you can see, right, in your immediate surroundings. For example, I can see my monitor, I can see my lights, I can see my keyboard, my speaker, and my computer. 4 things I can hear. At the moment, I can hear the TV from the living room, right? I can hear the buzzing from my computer. I can actually hear, for example, me tapping my foot, me going ahead and snapping my fingers, right? 3 things that you can smell. You start going down this list of your senses,
That's
right?
what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
And when you're able to go ahead and use your senses like this in a grounding way, whatever way you want to use your senses, as long as it's a countdown, it's able to go ahead and ground you. So that's a good way to go ahead and have that. If that doesn't work, one thing I will say is immediately in your environment, one thing that I've seen people use nowadays, for example, they tend to put their favorite smell on these, right? So, for example, if they have it on them, and there's a smell that they like that actually helps ground them or helps them keep in control of their favorite smell, whatever that is, they don't even have to they can just keep it down here, and the smell goes up, so it keeps them grounded in some way, shape, or form. That is one of the 4 things to hear. Yeah. What if you go out of your room and then it opens your room? You can still hear the TV outside, by the way. Oh. I'm very acute with my hearing nowadays ever since I got audio. Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. It's learn a coping skill. Learn something that works for you genuinely, right? And go from there. But all right, guys, I'm going to have to go ahead and mute this because I'm sorry, but I don't want this whole section muted on Twitch. So, guys, you guys are just going to have to jam out to nothingness.
My disappointment is
Dun dun
immeasurable.
dun 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 dun
And
dun
right there,
dun 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 dun. Dude, this fucking bass line's sick. Dum 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 dum. YouTube, they can't hear the music. Neither can you, but I can. No! Raccoon! Guys, no. We're over here trying to avoid like copyright for YouTube. You killed me, Raccoon. All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, hold on. Almost fucking. First off, put out that cigarette, dude. We're in a closed space. We don't know if we're getting fresh oxygen. You know, we don't know if we're getting like filtered air here, or like how we're getting air. You might want to go ahead and like I mean, maybe smoke can help you find the way out. Maybe, but like. Okay. Anyway, aside from that. Let's just suffocate then, right? Let's all suffocate together. Who's the bigger threat? Girl with a bad panic attack or smoking in a closed space? To suffocate together. Yeah, cigarettes can help people calm down, but in an environment like this, in a closed space environment, or you don't, for example, I don't know if they're able, how they're getting fresh air. I don't know that. You don't know that. Smoke loops in on itself. Oh. But I did want to go ahead and state, my dude is actually taking the right approach right now. Like, save your energy, calm down, be able to go ahead and like, you know, maybe even go research on what needs to go. Like, my dude's over here lying on bed being like, all right, I'm just gonna chill, I'm gonna relax, so on and so forth. Like, we'll take it slowly, calmly, and try and approach it, because everyone else seems a little like on edge and stressed out, except for my dude.
状況を確認する。おそらく悪魔の仕業で8階の階段からどれだけ登っても降りても8階に着く。エレベーターはなぜか使えない。部屋や窓からは外に出られない。天井を登ってみたが上も8階だった。
Hey yo。
パワーがさっきの悪魔殺しちまったからじゃねえのか。閉じ込める力を使ったまま死んだんだ。その悪魔が悪い。ルナが殺せと言ったんじゃ。言ってね。
力は悪魔が死ねば解除されるから、それはありえない。
アキ君、肉片の反応は？
全く反応がなくなりました。
さっきの悪魔をおとりにまんまとはめられたってわけか。こんなトリッキーなことしてくる悪魔、初めてだね。
でも俺たちがここからずっと帰ってこなかったら他のデビルハンターが助けに来てくれるんじゃ。
I mean,
そのデビ
I hear clicking. So one of my first instincts is to go check out time. There has to be a clock, a watch, or something nearby. Check and see if time is genuinely moving or if it's not. If it's not moving, it means that you guys are in stasis, which means that you guys are fucked, right? It means that you guys have to go ahead and think of another plan, right? If time is moving, then yeah, it's only a matter of time before more people arrive, which means that this is more of a mental fortitude situation than anything else in this whole thing, right? Because time, I know. Like, if you're able to go ahead and like genuinely process this, you're able to go ahead and be like come away from the situation, It's time to stop, dude. Dude. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're able to go ahead and like process the situation clearly or quickly or whatever, then yeah, guys, I want you, like, at the end of this episode, I want to know if you guys would think that I would make a good pairing, like, for this fucking team or not, or if you guys think that I helped at all, or if I would just fucking like bring the whole team down, if I'm just way out of whack or any of that. But we'll wait till the end of the episode for you guys to tell me. I'm curious. True. Oh no. No, this is what I'm fearing.
コベリちゃん、キョレ、デビルハンターやって兄を大学に行かせたいんだろ。
半分無理やりなんです。
Oh.
親が優秀な兄だけは大学に行かせたいからって私に働かせたんです。風俗かデビルハンターしか選択肢なかったんです。
That's actually really fucking sad. Holy shit. You're being forced, you know. Oh yeah, your brother's a gifted one. Yeah, how many of you guys have been through something like that? Your family member's a gifted one. Yeah, let's go ahead and praise them. No, you don't. You can speak, but are you know, your brother's speaking, your siblings speaking. They deserve everything. You know, they deserve to go to college. We can't afford for you to go to college. He actually knows what he's doing. Hey, yeah, it's either, you know, if you, sorry, we're gonna kick you out of the house, so you either get a job, you know, that, or sell yourself. We need to make money for your brother to go to college. That's, oof. But that's also a big sign of mistrust, right? That's also a huge sign of, like, because think about it like this: if your loved ones did this to you, right? If your loved one did this to you, how hard would it be to trust others again? Or do you think that you would be trying to trust everyone, knowing that fact that, like, they're not going to stay? And this brings up a big concept in of itself, right? Because fear, insecurities, trauma, playing in of itself can lead a person to do wild things. And I'm throwing this out there immediately because the more that I'm hearing of this and the scenario, the more red flags I'm getting. And the more that my guard goes up towards this character. And that's just me. Like, there's a lot of trauma out there. There's a lot of undiagnosed trauma. And there's a lot of situations where it's a big oofer. Best way to put it. Oh, she wanted to go to college. Of course she fucking would. She's like oh, she's fucking great, dude. But in a situation like this, I feel like because of, like, emotional whatever, it's, yeah, I can understand where this is coming from, dude. Powerlifting in this situation. No, I can understand where power is coming from. And often people that don't know exactly how to read emotions or situations, or trying to go ahead and keep the atmosphere from going so low, will do something like this. And oftentimes people are like, oh, that's inappropriate. But guys, we all express our emotions a little differently, you know? So that's a-okay. Anyway, your trauma is funny. Punyesh. Oof. Oh, she's just feeding off of it. She's over there fucking dying.
アキくんまでどうしたの？
部屋の時計、さっきから8時18分。
All right, guys. Chat, in case you're wondering, this anime was picked at random. It did not have any control, no way of fucking previewing anything. This anime was quite literally chosen at random, and they got to pick, and there was a tough vote between Issa Monogatari and this episode, you know. Oh shit. Anyway, oh, that's wild. Oh crap.
この8階だけ悪魔の力で時間が止まっている可能性があります。その場合、助けは来ないかもしれません。
すげえ。じゃあ寝放題じゃねえか。
Base needs. Base needs. What are they? Sleep, water, sex, reproduction, so on and so forth. He's five-heading it right now, but he's getting his base needs met. Yeah. But also, I think this is a flaw on his part. Him saying this out loud. I think what he should have done is he should have taken like the people that are mentally okay at the moment and talked to them about it. we can. Yep.
バカか貴様は。俺たちはここで永遠に閉じ込められるかもしれないんだぞ。
そうなるかもしれねえし、ならねえかもしれねえだろ。分かったら起こして。
If push comes to shove, you know, y'all can eat each other, make some pozole or something, you know, some original fucking recipe of pozole. You know, there's enough people in there that I'm sure we don't need all of them, you know. I'm just saying. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. What's the title of the episode, by the way? Aww. Wake me up when you figure shit out. Me in the mornings.
8階から出られるようになったんすか。
残念ながらまだ無理っぽい。デンジ君が寝てる間に水と電気は使えることが分かったよ。食べ物は宿泊客が逃げるとき置いていった荷物に少しだけあった。正直さ、みんな参ってきてるんだよ。アキ君はずーっと悪魔探してる。少しは休んだらって言っても聞いてくれない。
See, why do I feel like I've had a nightmare like this before, where I'm just trapped endlessly in like a hallway or like a hotel room or like your house, and like you open up a door and it just like circles back around PT style, and like you're just there type of shit. Like, you know, always travel in groups of two, but aside from that, it's like, I don't know, it's like a relatable nightmare, I think.
新井君も最初こそアキ君を手伝ってたんだけど、今は状況に怖がって部屋に閉じ。
You put them in a room together. You put them in a room together. You geniuses. You five-head wizards, you put them in a room together. That's a big...
This is big brain time.
You saw that one of them's having a fucking psyche break, and the other one's on the verge of on a panic attack, about to get another fucking psyche break. And what do? Let's put them in a room together. Best fucking idea, you know? All different rooms. Oh, okay. No, they're in the same room.
ちゃんはおかしくなってトイレの水を飲もうとしたから気絶させた。それで魔人ちゃんなんだけど。
パワーがどうかしたんです？
わしは暇だからノーベル賞を考えておった。ノ
Power.
ーベル賞を発明すれば
Power.
人間はわしにひれ伏すじゃろうて。その後はノーベル賞を踏み台にわしは総理大臣になる。
Sea Masters real quick, because I saw your comment. Yes, it's great that she's out, but what they really should have done is restrain her. Not just, oh, Nocta, let me tuck you in nice and soft, make you go knees. It's okay. No, fucking like, you know, get some, like, try and find some way, use the sheets as a way to fucking like tie them down, like feet and everything, and wait till after you're done, dude. Not just fucking tight, like tuck them in nicely.
人間が苦しんでる姿が見たいからの。手始めに消費税は 100% じゃ。
100% sales tax.
ならよかった。3人で小紅ちゃんとライ君を見張ろう。私一人じゃトイレも行けないからね。
I know, power for prime minister. Oh no. How are you getting fresh air? Oh, I'm glad.
うぬは落ち着いててつまらんの。
今アキ君が頑張ってるから私はゆっくり休んでていいの。あとニコチンの力。
Also, I'm really fucking curious. This is just me after a good little while of like searching and not being able to find an exit. Then I'd start thinking that this building itself is a fucking demon. So I'd ask our chainsaw dude to just start fucking ripping the walls apart out of every fucking thing, right? So that way, if it is a fucking like internal like fucking just exacerbated dimension, we're able to see all around us and keep ourselves fucking clear instead of having like just a little hallway to just move through, you know? If you're able to just like fucking chop shit down and throw it down, you're able to see all around you rather than just like a tiny little corner. You just cut it and the walls are made out of meat. Ooh, ooh.
何かに寄りかかっていきたい人生ですよ。
それあいつと同じタバコじゃん。
そりゃあきくんにタバコの味を教えたのは私だもん。あきくんは吸わないの？
骨が腐るから吸わない。
付き合いがあるから吸えた方がいいよ。
Is it?
とも慣れ合う気はない。
To be honest with you, I haven't met like a lot of people who are like, man, you need to have a smoke if you want to socialize. I've met more people that are like, hey, drink a beer and chill with us than like, hey, come smoke with us. I think that like, at least here where I'm at, that's sort of no longer a thing, right? In terms of a cigarette. I'm not talking about a joint. I'm talking about a cigarette or like cigarettes in general, you know?
なんで公安来たのか当ててあげる。10の悪魔を殺すためでしょ。公安に来る暗めの人は全員そうだから。公安だけが10野郎の肉片持つこと許されてるもんね。デビルハンターなんて。
I can confirm all your friends smoke and.
俺は簡単には死なない。
Oh, I mean, when I lived in the Netherlands, a lot of my like friends over there smoked.
死ぬのは面倒だからさ。
Hey, yo. What the fuck?
なんだ今の。
あれは前のバディの彼女さ。死んだバディの遺族とかとトラブルになるのはよくあること。悪魔に仕返しできる力がないから私に当たるの。まあそういうのもデビルハンターの仕事のうちだって思うことにしてるけど。
What is he gonna do? Gender equality?
殴ったやつの服にこっそりガムつけてやった。
Why did I fucking take this like Konosuba? He was just about to be like, turn around, smack! I would have been like, damn! And my dude just came out here and was like, hey, yo. Aw, her eyes.
やられたらやり返すべきだ。あんたの問題じゃない。俺がムカつくんだ。だからやり返しといてやった。ざまあみろ。あいつは服についてるガムに気づかず生きていくんだ。
Aww.
そういや師匠が言ってたな。悪魔が恐れるデビルハンターは強いやつでも勇敢なやつでもないって。頭のネジがぶっ飛んでるやつだって。だからアキくんは長生きできそう。
そりゃ嫌味か。
I mean,
いらないならもらうぞ。
1本あげる。
骨が腐るから吸わない。
ああ、長い付き合いになりそうだから吸ってほしいな。
So I'm interested in this dynamic, right? I'm not even gonna make an assumption or ship or anything like that, but just like the fact that they've been through together a lot, I'm sort of wondering if they've like trauma bonded. You know, I'm not even gonna go into like the whole like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ship them. No. I'm into the concept of like, hey, for example, a lot of psychologists, a lot of people, like for example, a lot of people in group therapy, they tend to bond a lot with one another because of sharing traumatic experiences, right? The same thing with a lot of people, like a lot of therapists, you know, a lot of therapists, like, especially if you work like one-on-one with a lot of people and they're in your team or whatever, the experiences that like people are going through, you tend to bond over situations like that. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how protective is she going to be over him to the point where I'm like, would she be willing, like, let's say it was a life or death situation for this guy. Would she be willing to essentially kill any other individual in this team for him? because he has stood up for her. He has done so many things for her. So I'm just throwing this like extreme scenario out there because for me this is already saying like, hey, you're with me. Hey, you know, we're going through everything together. Like, hey, this is like, you know, what it's showing is like there's a bond. There's a strong bond here that she, at least on her side, that she feels. So
一本だけ吸ってやる。一生で吸うタバコはこの一本。
first and last. Ooh.
姫野先輩、タバコ残ってます。
だね。
じゃあ、それくださいよ。
しょうがないな。
Right. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. I mean,
黙れ。悪いニュースがある。
yeah, Danji's saying what we all thinking.
わしが殺したやつじゃな。
そいつがどんどん大きくなってる。
Hey yo. You know what I would do at this moment? I'm sorry, bro, but I'm fucking Sonic rolling my way into it with like full chainsaw mode. Just what the fuck is that, dude? I go full fucking Sonic at this moment, right? Fucking roll on in there, dude. Gotta go fast. Cause what the fuck is this, dude? Gotta go Saw, yeah, dude. Oh no. Oh no. So what is the value of a contract to them? And this is just me thinking out loud. And also Power's face. Power's face. Like, let's do it. Just fucking, I fucking love it, dude. Power is such a fucking character. But no, like, what is the value of, because they kept repeating it, of a contract? Is it for real or is it like, nah, and in which case, like, are you even sure that they'd, like, let you go in the first place? Like, this is some, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. What the fuck? What the fuck did I say? No! No! What the fuck did I say, dude? What is she cooking with that, dude? I don't think she's cooking anything. Not yet, anyway. Oh no. This is what I'm talking. Ooh. Alright, just punch her liver. That's it. Yeah. Kidney shot or liver shot. Gone. Alright, so now put her away and then tie her up this time so it doesn't happen again. It happened once. Fuck, dude. But that's the thing is, like, this is totally reasonable. In a scenario like this, normal people would be freaking the fuck out. In a scenario when given a choice, sadly, fight or flight. I know of some people out there, some people would be like, oh, no, I'd be like, you know, rationally thinking. I'm sorry, but majority of people haven't gone through the proper steps of even knowing what grounding techniques are, haven't been in a life or death situation where they've had to go ahead and maintain their cool, or haven't been extremely lost to where, like, maintaining their cool is their form of survival, right? Or gone into, like, for example, if you train in martial arts or you train in any form of, like, you know, scenario where it's like, hey, if you lose your shit, you're more than likely getting knocked out. Like, you know, that's point in case. Like life or death or any form that puts you in a bodily harm. Maintaining your cool is the biggest thing. So that's why I'm like, this is realistic. A lot of people don't know this, but when like fighting new people and when training new people, if they don't like, if they're not able to go ahead and regulate themselves quickly, they go wild, dude. They fight wild. It's like a wild animal out there, dude. And this is totally normal. People go through this. And the thing is, a lot of people out there go through this through their life, dude. Which is why you get people in relationships and people yelling at one another, not knowing how to regulate, and like, you know, tires popping, and, you know, people throwing glass and fucking food at one another, and domestic violence situations and all of these wild stuff, because a lot of people don't know how to regulate. So this is normal, dude.
さいなあ、アキくん。狐で飲み込めば終わるんじゃない？
コン。やっぱり狐は来ませんね。ここは外と断絶されてるんだ。
So different
狐
dimension.
の体は京都にあるからね。じゃ、私のゴーストでやるか。
でかくなった。Oh yes, Daddy. ここに私の心臓はない。ここは胃の中。私の弱点は。
So is this Flora the demon? This is Silent Hill.
私と契約する以外生きては帰れない。
どうせ俺を殺しても外には出さねえくせによ。
それはないよ。契約ってあの悪魔は言ったでしょ。悪魔が使う契約って言葉には強い力があるの。契約を片方が守れば、もう片方も絶対に守らなければならない。
Actually, you're not wrong, Rukun. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Fuck it, just go in their full chainsaw mode and then just, you know, fucking helicopter the whole fucking inside of it, dude. Right? Like.
守れず破った方は死ぬ。だからデンジ君を殺せば出られるのは本当だよ。
姫野先輩、そいつは殺すべきです。
Like Ant-Man and Thanos' ass.
そいつを殺して外に出たという対策を練ればいい。このまま
Oh no.
出て餓死ですよ。
Oh no.
悪魔と契約することは法律でも認められている。その悪魔の契約を受けるべきです。
悪魔はデンジを殺したがっている。
You gotta think why.
悪魔側の利益になるんだろう。だから契約は受けない。
じゃあ私も。
For how long though? For how long? Power.
ノーベル賞を思いついても外に出られなければ発表できないからな。ノーベルのために死んどくれ。
魔人と悪魔は契約を結べない。だからお前がデンジを殺しても。
I hope it's not the Nobel Peace Prize, because I don't think that that's how you get one.
悪魔は外に出す義理はない。とにかくデンジは殺さない。俺たちはデビルハンター。殺すのは悪魔だけだ。
暇だから押し相撲するか。
すぐ俺を殺そうとするからやだ。腹減った。
アキくん、実際なんか外に出る作戦はあるの？
悪魔の言葉を信じるなら奴を殺すことはできない。でもデンジも殺すつもりはない。
だけどこのままじゃ餓死しちゃうぞ。
どうしようもなくなったら刀を使います。
それはダメ。
Wait, what?
刀使えば解決できんならよ。使えばいいじゃん。
どうしようもなくなっても刀は使わない。
What?
その時は悪いけど。
デンジ君が死んで。
Literally, you're worth nothing compared to this. Like, this guy's probably safety or something. Oh, these dynamics are weird. But they're going to make an interesting story. And I can already tell that all of these characters are probably going to grow and, like, really add value to one another. Including, like, the girl that was freaking out, trying to, like, you know, with the fucking knife and everything. Because, like, I can see a lot of opportunity for growth in all of them. Which means, like, that's... But my thing is, there's a Sokovian gun that's already been placed here in the previous scenes. And I wonder if you guys can spot it out, if you guys know what it is. It's the knife. The knife is one of the biggest like things out there that has been introduced into this whole element thing that's been like thrown out and whatnot. So I'm kind of curious if this is going to make a turn back again, or are we going to see something that ends up, because like the way that this whole thing has been introduced is interesting, right? Don't let Coughme know that there's a gun. Oof. Well, the sword as well, don't get me wrong, but like also it's just like,
全部食べたのか。
わしじゃない。デンジが食べておったわ。
すぐバレる嘘。
oh no,
私分かっちゃった。
oh no.
その魔人の力で。
Second attempt is probably gonna fail. The second attempt is probably gonna fail. I believe you still need like 1 or 2 more attempts or something. Yeah, who let her have the knife again? This is why we tie her up.
違うが？
落ち着けコメリちゃん。こいつは血の魔人で。
魔人をかばうの。私たちデビルハンターなのに。新井君は悪魔の仲間なんだ。スパイだったんだ。
Also, that's he's spicy. Ooh. Also, that's an. Do you guys remember that fucking episode in Avatar: The Last Airbender about the stance? Yeah, I think like my girl here needs to know a little bit about like grounding yourself, especially for like, you know, yeah, like the stance that you're holding, like you're holding something, right? Like you don't want to be just like, you know, completely relaxed. You gotta go down, especially in like the stance that you're doing the motion. Otherwise, you're too fragile and people are able to go and overturn you. Of course, if in a real life situation, I'm sorry, dude, just give them what they want. Fucking run if you have to, so on and so forth.
酸っぱいじゃ。
俺は悪魔の仲間なんかじゃ。
姫？
Oh, they feed on fear. So what if this was like the head, and like every time that they've been freaking out, it's just been getting bigger and bigger. And one of the ways to go ahead and diminish it is by getting rid of the fear. Ooh, that's an interesting concept itself, or like elements of like, you know, being afraid or not whatnot. Hi Nick, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're practicing that self-care. Guys, drop some Doritos in the chat for Nick. Nick, thanks so much. I appreciate you, Nick. You're absolutely wonderful. There's something about this devil regarding the fear factor I want to talk later, so just saying. Well, my thing is psychological fear, psychological torture is good. I'm doing great. I was just mentioning earlier on stream that we finally qualified for partner, so it's going pretty fucking amazing. You know, it's going pretty great. What about yourself? Do you have any big plans? At least Coughme doesn't have IBS or something. That'd be fucking awful, giving her anxiety. Psychological torture is good. Yeah, I mean, evil Ed talking here. Psychological torture can be fun depending on the way that you do it, right? For example, if I was a big demon that can like take you into another dimension, what I would do is I would go ahead and like, you know, trap you guys in a room like setting like this, and then play a song nonstop on repeat, like baby shark do 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 baby like just over and over and over and over as the clicking sounds get louder and louder and louder and louder, and your food starts to diminish. And every so often, you know, for example, if I really wanted to mess with you guys to that point, no, Raccoon, because you just keep upping the level. You just keep upping the level. So you might start off really soft, but just keep growing louder and louder with the music. And also, for example, if I know that like food is starting to go ahead and run out, what I would start to do is I would start, like, say that there's 4 of you. I would, at first couple hours or whatever, drop enough food for 3 of you. Okay, another day passes by, drop food for 2 of you. So now you guys have to start making decisions within one another as to who gets to eat and who doesn't. Time keeps going forward. You get one little piece, half a piece, a quarter of a piece, so on and so forth, until like the decision making is too much, right? So yeah, if you start doing certain stuff like this, you can drive people up a wall, or you could drive people to straight. The good thing is that DMCA would stop the baby shark torture immediately. True showdown. True. Anyway, at least let it be a neon cat or something. I like how Nick comes in with the do 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 do. The Eternity Devil. Oh fuck. Hey yo, but what that mouth do? This is it, dude. Like, I wonder if they just want, if they just want him because he's doesn't seem really afraid of any of them, you know. Now plunge in now with the chainsaw activate. Too many teeth for my taste. I know it feels rather teethy.
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Eternity Devil implies something really interesting here, saying that when you look into the abyss also looks kind of like that. The more you fear the endless abyss of the hopelessness, the more it grows. Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm thinking as well. Is like, you know, for example, the longer that they stay there, the more that their fear tends to grow, and the more that their fear grows, the bigger that it does get in this situation. But with that, I'm also wondering about psychological fear inside of the element or inside of the squad. Because why specifically is she choosing the one man that went to bed? Is it because he had no fear? Or why? Do people know about him? You know? Like, what's going on here? So there's a lot to, like, go ahead and process in this. And that's why I'm like, huh. Also, aren't these rooms connected? Shouldn't you, like, watch your back, dude? I'm sorry, I'm just now realizing this. Holy crap. Like, if you really wanted to be messed up, they could just turn around and run the opposite way and then get to you. That's terrifying. Hey, yo, what the Hey.
おいあんた何してんだ。
その刀を使えば外には出られるだろうけど、使うと契約でアキ君の寿命がかなり減るの。アキ君はまだやらなきゃいけないことがたくさんあるんだ。だからごめんね、デンジ君。
I predicted all of this, you know. All of it.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. It says the lady who got him addicted to cigarettes. I don't want to say it, but fuck, dude. Fuck. No way. You fucked up, dude. Yeah, guys, take the knife away again, please. Like,
銃の悪魔を殺そうとしている。俺一人じゃ銃の悪魔を殺せないんだ。奴を殺すには立ち向かう気概のあるデビルハンターが一人でも多く欲しい。俺の寿命を減らしてでも天地は殺させない。
bro, straight up, homie.
こいつの血止められるか。
わしが自由に操れるのは自分の血だけじゃ。他人の血は難儀じゃが。ちょんまげが死んだら飯を作る人間がいなくなるからな。
Aww.
仕方なく。
And she now realizing the dynamics between all three of them. It's like they actually respect and love and care about one another. And you just try to jump in there with your own assumptions. And you're literally going to go and destroy a whole team just because of that one rash decision. That's interesting. Yeah, he has friends. He's not alone anymore. And now you've given my man Denji no choice but to take a leap. Realistically. Because now there's guilt involved. Now there's a lot of pressure involved. Now someone that he's cared about has been hurt. Now, like, no matter what, if he stays there, it's going to be a safe environment because it could probably happen again. It's literally one of the most fucked up things that I'm thinking about it. Like, it's beautiful that he saved him. But it's like, I can predict the fact that he's more than likely just going to go down there by himself, by his own volition, because time and time again, the decision for him to actually be able to choose something has been taken away from him. Whether it's been like, you know, by, you know, I'm tearing up here, dude. What the fuck? Like, essentially like the mafia, right? At the, like, very early on, like having him, like, they took away his, like, decision, like, to essentially be a kid, grow up, normal, whatever, right? The Yakuza, yeah. Makina here, like, you're gonna be a devil hunter, so on and so forth. And now this, where it's like, no matter what, if he stays, it's just, they're probably gonna go after him regardless. It's not a safe environment. So decisions are being forced on him, whether he likes it or not, and that sucks, dude. Ooh, that's deep. That hurts. And that cuts. Because for him to grow, it's like him having to accept that other people have flaws and that maybe people don't understand them just yet. And maybe that people still have this stigma against him. Regardless of how much he does, maybe society will continue to have that stigma. Anyway. What'd I say? What'd I say? He has no choice, dude. That hurts. It's like he realizes it. Oof. But he's so used to it that he's like, all right, I guess. Like, that hurts. Ooh.
もし俺が悪魔をぶっ殺すようなことがあったら、チュー、まだ忘れてねえからな。
勝つ算段があるのか？
クソ痛えけど、チェーンソーになる。
チェーンソー。
あの悪魔、なんだか知らねえが、俺のチェーンソーにビビってやがる。だから自分じゃ手出せなくて、てめえらに俺を殺すよう言ってんだ。
Yeah.
それにあの悪魔。攻撃を受けた時に痛いって言ってやがった。
Dude, he did more analyzing than all these people.
あいつが死にたくなるまで痛めつけて自殺させりゃいい。
Fuck it up, dude.
てめえ、俺をかばいやがって。余計。
Let me rephrase that and Denji speak. Thank you. I didn't expect you to do that for me.
なことすんじゃねえよ。クソが。俺は誰かに借りつくんのもううんざりなんだよ。外出れたら貸し借りなしだからな。
Oh, here we go. Let's go, dude. Let's go. No. I thought we were about to see him let it rip. Dude, that was such a deep... Oh, no. Oof. Ooh. And the episode ends. I'm hooked. Holy crap, dude. I'm legit fucking tearing up. Because I feel like most people are going to be out there blaming Company, you know...
My disappointment
for having a fucking, like, panic attack.
And my day is ruined.
For having, like... legit situations that would happen for most people. Most people would be like, oh, she's garbage, she's trash, oh, you know, start hating on the character. But honestly, no. Like, for me personally, that's a normal fucking person. That's what most people that don't know what regulation is, who have a lot of trauma, who have a lot of panic attacks, whose life is on fight or flight, that's where it goes. But personally, I don't think that that's like something unreasonable, unimaginable. Shit like this happens all the time. And lesser extents, some people will go ahead and throw you under the bus for absolutely no fucking reason, and they don't even understand it themselves. Right? So that's why I'm throwing it out there. Like, I actually feel a lot of sympathy for these characters, and I can empathize with them because as a therapist, I'm involved in trying to go ahead and help heal a lot of situations, a lot of people out there who has this, right? Like, and that's the number one environment. It's like, do they even know how to like ground themselves? Have they even been trained properly? Have they like, do they even know like how to keep calm, what their situation is, how to keep an outlook on it, and so on and so forth? Like, this is huge in terms of character development. With Denji as well. With Denji, I'm over here like legit just being like, imagine being in his fucking like chat. Put yourself in a scenario, right? Put yourself in a scenario where like every single time your like choice has been taken away from you. Others people's choices literally force you to take an action, whether you like it or not. How would that feel? Like, especially like someone risking their life to protect you when no one else has done that before. That would be huge. Seeing them hurt, seeing people care about one another, and then seeing that no matter what, if you stay in that environment, you put everyone else in danger. There are no other good options. It hurts. That hurts like a legit, dude. And it's like, Denji as a character, I see him like really evolving, really forming some strong bonds in there. And also for the, it feels like you're in a box you never wanted to be in, but was pushed towards. Yeah, exactly, Anne. This was a beautiful episode. Like, this is how you're able to go ahead and like instill so many different concepts about power dynamics between groups. Who do you listen to? At what point does fear take over and anxiety start creeping in, and other people's thoughts start influencing the logical portion of trying to go ahead and like do what needs to go ahead and happen? You know, I will say though, after the first time with the knife thing, they kind of messed up by not going ahead and like tying her up. You know, but like after that, like my thing is this whole show explored a lot of different concepts, and I think that like people will either just see this as like, oh, cool action sequence, it's all psychological horror, Kobeni's horrible, you know, wow, these people are weak, or so on and so forth, when it's like, no, there's a lot of like strings being played all at once, and at its core root is essentially trauma and fight or flight, fear and fight or flight. But also, yeah, how did she get it more? That's a good question, Masha. Like, that's not even her fault at that point. How did no one think to take away the knife after she stabbed someone? Or after she was about to stab someone? Yeah, Raccoon, yeah. But also, power for Prime Minister, 100% sales tax. Here we come. We're about to bankrupt everyone. This is going to be great. But no, legit, this was a good episode of Chainsaw Man. I did not expect it to take this turn the way it did. Because it's a good turn. I like it. I wouldn't have a knife if there was a 100% sales tax demand. I don't think even the demons would be able to go ahead and keep up with the 100% sales tax. But the point that I'm getting at here, I think this show has a lot to offer. I think, hold on. Is this worthy of it? Is this episode worthy of it? Is it? It might be. I think this episode is worthy of it. Oh, hold on. We are doing it. Guys, welcome to your defense mechanisms, your coping mechanisms. In case you guys are wondering, is that unrealistic? No, the fuck it ain't. Here's some actual coping mechanisms that we're able to go ahead and analyze in psychology. Yeah, some defense mechanisms right away, right? So, for example, regression. You go back in time into a younger period of time when you were, like, you know, people who have been traumatized, for example, really, really badly, the older they get, they tend to go back into a younger period of time when they're 15, 14, 7, whatever, right? And for them, that's their safe space, right? You have people who are able to project. Oftentimes their parents do this, or other people, you know, project their insecurities onto others, a partner, so on and so forth. Repression, keeping all of that down. Sublimation, satisfying an impulse, aggression, anxiety, whatever, with a substitute object in a socially acceptable way. And even displacement, satisfying an impulse with a substitute object, again, So in this case, what is Coughme going through? Anyone care to take a guess? And the chat goes quiet, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I bring this up is because this brings up a good opportunity for you guys to be able to go and see what I'm looking at, right? And why I'm talking about this in this way. Displacement, in case you guys are wondering, right? Sublimation is a socially acceptable way, but displacement is being like, I can solve all issues if I strike you with my knife. This is gonna solve all the issues in the world. Like all my anxiety, my fear, everything's going away if this pen goes through you. This is what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's displacement. Yeah, now the chat reacts. But that's why I'm throwing it out there. Like, this is a common defense mechanism. It's not the healthiest defense mechanism, but it's a defense mechanism nonetheless. My life couldn't be any more shitty. Fuck. Why do I have to be a devil hunter? All I wanted to do was go to college. Yeah, and you start going down that thing. For example, how many of you have negative self-talk? Right? Or you're like, you're gonna fucking fail. You're a failure. You shouldn't even be here, so on and so forth. I'll be straight up. A lot of people have. Yeah, a lot of people have negative self-talk. How do you balance that negative self-talk? First week of grad school, yep. A lot of people don't know how to balance that negative self-talk. A lot of people go into the world with a lot of these like already bad cognitive errors, right? Cognitive distortions, like all or nothing thinking. If I do this, I'm good. If I do this, I'm good, but that's bad. There's no in between. You're either good or you're bad. You're either this or you're that, or that and that. There's also positive self-talk, right? Where people up themselves all the time. Like, yes, I will succeed, so on and so forth. But let's focus on the negative self-talk, because a lot of times this negative self-talk, this cognitive distortions that start forming how you view the world, your schema, or what start enabling your coping mechanisms to start coming through, right? Having the idea of the thoughts aren't facts, you're not the problem. Here, your diagnosis, for example, right? The diagnosis is not, or you're not the problem, right? The problem is a problem. But that's what I'm talking about, negative self-talk, right? We're going step by step building up. We're not coming up down. We're going literally from the bottom up here. So that's why I'm asking, how many of you guys have those self-talks, right? And how bad has it gotten? I'll be honest, in fucking grad school, I'm pretty sure Brady and I went through some type of like negative self-talk from time to time. Like, oh fuck, this is gonna suck, this is gonna do something. Also, Brady's here. Hi, Brady. And you can have that like discussion. Doesn't have to be 24/7, but a lot of people do have. Yeah, well, actually, that's examining the evidence, master of all elements. When you do positive and negative self-talk, that's like examining the evidence and being able to go and see both sides and try and see what's right, what's not, what's outlandish. But that's what people do in CBT once they've already healed. Most people don't do that though. And most people hear, like, start a self-talk thing, and other people hear them. For example, if I was doing just pure negative self-talks, Brady would be like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? No, you're not. Some other people have to check your self-talks from time to time if you're not careful, right? What's inside the power of mind? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, yeah, I would slap exactly, Brady. But the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of times people are stuck in this world where their self-talks start narrating their life, start forming their schemas, start forming everything. And so imagine being Coughme, whose brother, her parents are like, your brother's going to college, but you're not. We have to save up money for your brother's college, so either go to devil hunting or become a sex worker. That's the only two things you can do. I can immediately start thinking of some self-talk that starts coming through with that. I'm worthless, you know. I'm not worth anything, so on and so forth. Imagine just bottling that up for years, not being able to go out and let that out, months even, or however long, right? What starts to happen all around you, right? Even if you're trying to fight it, you start seeing the world like that, dude. So you start developing coping mechanisms to start going with that. And that's why a therapist is so important, because you're able to go and identify it and start breaking it down and start being like, okay, let's examine the evidence. Let's do some CBT. Let's do some narrative work. Let's do some attachment work. because we start to see those patterns and start breaking it up. And that's what I'm saying with Kobeni. Very, very realistic character. A character who, like, you can start seeing a lot of, like, the trauma, a lot of the shit that's happening, and be like, it happens, but that also leaves a lot of room for growth, and that's what I'm excited about. And for all the other characters in this show, because they all have different coping mechanisms that they're using in different just systems of power, systems of dynamics in general. What a phenomenal show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hey, if you're on YouTube, make sure you guys click any of the videos on the side. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Kobeni is a good character, a bad character? Let me know what you guys thought about, like, this whole thing. Did you guys learn something new about this episode? Comment, like, subscribe. Come join us on Twitch. We're here Fridays and Sundays. And with that, guys, yeah, we'll see you guys later. Practice some self-care. But now, we're here with Twitch, guys. Wait, now that I think about it, it should be illegal for Denji to be here. He's a minor, and that's child labor. I mean, oof. If we're going to start questioning the world, I mean, it just might be.